Hi guys, it's Lewis from UKStormchasers.com. I'm just doing a quick video forecast for you this evening. I'm going to be looking at potential for some pretty hefty showers and thunderstorms throughout the course of this week and into this weekend. As you can expect, again, low pressure is in charge. We've got low pressure going about 150 miles, 200 miles west of Ireland at the moment, and this low pressure is going to gradually move its way eastwards across the UK throughout the course of the next 24-36 hours. And what's happened is it's going to stick right over us, bang smack over us, and as this happens and it starts to pivot, we're going to source some warmer upper 850s, well, warmer, moister air from the south off the near continent. We're going to pick up higher dew points, and basically under an unstable flow of low pressure, it's going to spark off some very heavy showers and hopefully some thunderstorms. On the left hand side now we've got the T815 sea level pressure chart. On the right hand side I've got the UK Cape and lifted index chart. I'm just going to quickly run through now. This is 3 PM this afternoon, 6 PM this evening. I'll just run through real quickly and you can see what happens as the low pressure starts to make its way eastwards. You can see here the isobar starting to tighten across southwestern parts, and the low pressure just starts to sink and fill out just a little bit southwards, but all the time we're still drawing in this milder air from the south off the near continent. And if you just look at the UK wind spin direction chart here on the GFS, you can see throughout the period we keep what you would call more southwesterly winds. An area of interest through to Sunday is convergence zones setting up. The main areas is southwestern parts of England, northeast England, and also across northwestern parts into northwestern parts of Scotland. There could be some pretty nasty storms about with around 800, 900, possibly 1,000 values of Cape, and also a lifted index of -3 to -4. So there's definitely the potential for some quite nasty slow moving thunderstorms over the weekend, particularly for northwestern parts, North Wales, southwest England and northwestern parts. And as the day progresses into Sunday afternoon, we could be looking at some pretty severe storms for many areas, particularly central parts of northern England running into Lincolnshire and also into East Yorkshire. I'm just going to flick back real quickly and I'm going to go on the 850 temps and sea level pressure chart again, so you can just see how the setup is with regarding the low pressure. And then I'm just going to quickly go on to the UK surface conditions. As you can see here, at 15:0 at 3 o'clock in the afternoon, we've got maximum temperature of around about 20-21 degrees for eastern parts into East Anglia and the southeast. Dew points typically around, I'd say, 13-14 degrees, and the humidity, it's not as bad on Sunday, around 75-80%. If I just flick back now, closer to time frame, let's have a look at Saturday. There's a potential for some thunderstorms, pretty severe ones again, particularly for Wales, northwestern England and running through the central belt of Scotland. Maximum temperatures looking around 20, 21, possibly 22 degrees for eastern parts, running into East Anglia and the southeast of England, and also humidity values will be around about 80%, 85%. Dew points around 12, 13, possibly 14 degrees. I have noticed one thing: the GFS has a tendency to undercook dew points in this type of setup. I've been keeping an eye on the GFS runs over the past 2 or 3 days, and it's been progged for dew points around 11 to 12 degrees, and we've actually been hitting dew points around 15-16 degrees, and possibly a little bit higher. So this GFS model run is at its lowest resolution. When it comes into the time frame, the highest resolution, I'll be using the NMM model on NetWeather Extra, and I'll be doing more video forecasts later in the period, looking into the weekend, because it is looking quite nasty, and there's really good conditions for some severe thunderstorms. Something we haven't really seen much of this year, in drips and drabs, to be honest. Some areas are fair best, particularly West Midlands, North East England, and also East Anglia into the southeast have done quite well. But then if you go a little bit further north in East Anglia, Norwich area, they've hardly had anything. I think they had a few the other day though, some nasty storms running through from the west. So basically it's looking a rather unsettled picture. It's not going to be like your normal low pressure setup where it's going to be cloudy, murky, damp, windy, etc. Because we're sourcing some much more modified warm upper air from the near continent. So the dew point is going to be higher, temperature is going to be slightly higher, If anything, it's going to feel quite humid throughout. But yeah, there's definitely a tendency, the models are showing now, for some very severe thunderstorms to kick off across North Wales, North Western England, southwestern parts, North Eastern England, and pretty much of Northern England. It wouldn't surprise me if much of the UK has seen a thunderstorm by the end of this week. Before I leave, I'm just going to show you a couple more things. I'm just going to show the precipitation charts, and this is expected on Saturday. To be honest, I take these with a pinch of salt, but it gives a rough guidance of where you'd expect the precipitation to be. So it's showing the areas of more intense and organised precipitation across northwestern parts of Scotland, moving south into North Wales, across West Midlands, right across into the East Midlands. So these are at the lowest resolution, so they aren't very accurate at all, but it just, like I said, gives a guidance. The showers throughout this week are going to be pretty much moving from a southwestern direction to northeast. Later on in the week, the flow is going to change slightly, so there'll be convergence zones setting up. So it could be a case of thunderstorms further up north will just form and move one direction, whereas further south they'll move in opposite direction. It's pretty funny things when it comes to convergence zones, but I'll talk about this later on in the week. But I'm rambling on once again. I'll leave you to it. I'm going to go to bed in the next hour. I might have a beer before I go to bed. So enjoy the forecast, enjoy the weather, and I hope you get some thunderstorms. And don't forget to use the forum, guys, because it's been quite poor lately. There's hardly been anyone on it, including myself. Good night. I know.